So the only difference between both of these. Clutch of eggs today.
I brought you some snakes today.
You did,
but you can't see them till next week when they shed out because
Craig had a clutch of eggs hatched at his house last Wednesday when he got back home because he forgot to bring them last Wednesday.
I did, and I got home and our little head was popped out, and I was like, oh, okay. So I got a strange story about it. I bought some breeder females from a friend of mine. Well, apparently my friend didn't give me no, ladies that hadn't been with no men's. So I got breeder females.
Hooped out some eggs.
So luckily I got some cool stuff out of it. So I got 2 little eggs that are sitting over there somewhere. But it's all good. Then I got home after that when I was doing that, and there was 4 more eggs that my double hets laid. So we'll see what that is in the next 60 days. And then 2 days ago, that black pastel albino girl I got from you, she laid 9 eggs. So yeah, I don't do none this January, February season. Craig brings up the fall.
Craig's late. I mean, I'm still running late too. I still got. Well, I had a clutch late this morning.
Yeah.
So black pastel chocolate DG to a pastel pied.
Oh.
So double head DG pie stuff. I hope.
That'd be nice.
I got 8 eggs. Last time I done this, I only got 1 female, and it was a normal female.
How does that even happen?
And 7 males.
How does that even happen?
Because that happens a lot to me. But
I
I don't have Chris's luck. Chris always gets females.
Yeah, he does. He's got it going on.
And I don't mind males. Like I keep just as many males as I do females.
That's right.
But it's like, man, when you really need those girls, you don't hit them, and when you really need those males, you don't hit them. But hey, it's life. But I still got 1, 2, 3, 4. I ultrasounded yesterday. I still got 6 more clutches.
I got some girls.
For sure, it's got to be late.
I got some girls that are ovulating right now.
I'm still paired. I mean,
yeah, me too.
There's some males over there on those girls. So.
There's more than I thought you'd be having.
Yeah.
Cassie, what about you?
Done, but
you paired your geckos yet?
I only have 3 females.
She's only got 3 females.
Maybe they'll lay their own eggs.
It's like us with the retails.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just get a bunch of females. Oh shit,
females.
I don't have a male.
You know, I told Tony at Daytona I needed a male, and he said, no, you need females. I said, no, I need a male. It's just as important.
It is.
You know, I know some guys that started something about 3 years ago, and the first thing they talked about was keeping males.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I still talk about that, and I'm still. I hit up Vanessa Lane, a good friend of mine here in Georgia. She's got a. Well, I'm not gonna say what she is in case somebody buys it before I get it.
Yeah.
But she's got a
something
male
that
I
you
need,
want.
and I'm like, I need that. I need to buy that because I don't have enough males in that project.
That's right.
And hers is proven, so it's like, okay, I just buy that male.
So last week I was here. We were talking about Chris called and said that I got to go to Daytona next year. So people was asking, and then when I was going to do something today, I go by the park store right across the street from where I work, and there are local snake breeders that work there. 2 local snake breeders that work at the park store across the street from me. And they go, where were you? And I was like, what do you mean, where was I? And they were like, well, why weren't you at Daytona? And I was like, I was at work.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, that was crazy. So I will go next year, and yeah, I'll make sure I have nothing going on.
Yeah.
So
all right. So
what are we going to talk about? We're talking about snakes.
Let's talk about these crazy Hypo DGs that we made. Yeah. So I was just doing a podcast this morning.
Oh yeah.
Before you got here. Chrissy.
Chrissy. Oh, the Snake is Batman.
Snakes in the Fat.
I listen to stuff. I listen to stuff every now and again. So when does that come out so I can hear it?
Tomorrow.
Alright, I'll listen to it tomorrow. So there we go.
It'll already be out before y'all see this. So
you probably already listened to it.
you already probably listened to it, but Yeah, he hit me up yesterday and was like,
Yeah.
Hey, I know we've talked about you being on the 15 minutes of lane, and I told him to go off. So he hit me up and he was like,
we ain't lame.
yeah, I was like, dude, I'm not doing 15 minutes of lane. Go screw off.
Yeah.
And
that's funny.
Anyway,
that's funny.
So he hit me up. He was like, all right, you got a full interview, but you got to do it tomorrow because I need to get it out on Thursday. I'm like, all right, I'll add that to the schedule.
So if you haven't listened, go listen.
Yep. Go check him out.
Maybe there's a link down there. I don't know what Cassie does.
Chris
Or
is
she
true.
does it and everything. He is a trip.
A lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him.
It's like
kinda like that with
it's like
everybody.
Howard Stern. You love him because of how he is. You dislike him because of how he is.
I'm gonna tell Chris you.
I dig it.
Him.
I don't care.
All right, let's talk about snakes or show snakes. All right, so this little girl comes to us from Inchy Lesser Hypo DG to Super Vanilla hit Hypo. Being super, that means everything's going to have vanilla.
That's correct.
And then hopefully we hit some hypos, which we did. We hit one. He's already sold and gone. Our friends Brian and Rachel Greer picked him up already. But this girl still here. I think she's had 3-4 meals now, so she'll be on Wolf Market soon. Inchy Vanilla double head DG Hypo.
And it's female.
Female, yeah. So really cool.
That is very cool.
I like that girl a lot. But
I'm digging how she has like the one or two little spots. Like she's got a spot there and a spot there.
And
Well,
this
look at you.
is exactly the same thing, just added lesser. Or butter, whatever you want to call it. So,
I mean, does it really matter at this point?
so the only difference between both of these is going to be the lesser. This is also a female. So,
Hey, how about we just start referring to them as betters?
betters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a vanilla Inchy better.
There you go.
Double
I like
hit
it.
Hypo DG girl.
I just coined the phrase right here.
So these are the only two that are still with us. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Hypo on camera before he left, and then the other ones were wholesales.
Nice.
But still
Is there a
pretty
super form of a butter or lesser?
good. Yeah, the Blue Aluzi.
Yeah. So can we call them more betters?
God.
Yeah. There we go.
Wah, wah.
Mo better. So yes, I like this one. I'm still digging this one a little bit.
I like
more.
both these.
Yeah. Those are both,
So-
and they're both females.
Both these are girls. Yeah.
Very nice.
So they'll be posted on Morph Market soon. All right, next clutch. You know, what's the point of talking about double hit DG Hypo if you're not going to show off a double visual? So this, I believe to be vanilla Hypo DG.
Yeah.
So
No inchy to it.
nope. I don't think it's Inchy. Inchy was not in this pairing. These hatch very small. There was only 4 of them, and one of them's already sold, but one of them's already gone, and we're keeping one, so there's only gonna be 2 available. But they hatch small, so we're keeping them, getting some size on them before we post them for sale.
I'm liking how it's not adding alien heads like the
Yeah.
eyes to it. It's just like very sporadic.
So a lot of people have a hard time IDing Hypo in Desert Ghost, and yes, it is very difficult to tell, especially as babies. The advantage to having Hypo in your DG projects is not what you're looking at right here. It's what you're looking at in your adults.
That's right.
Unfortunately, I only have 3 Hypo DG males, and all 3 of them are in shed, or I'd show them to you. But the adult versions of Hypo DGs are phenomenal, like really, really nice. So it is difficult to ID the Hypo in the DG, which I'm fixing to show you how difficult it can really get. But it does really look nice as an adult. So
That's wonderful.
I actually have one of these that is not Hypo from a different clutch.
Oh, you can definitely see it now.
So when you put them next to each other, you can tell the difference.
Yeah, you can definitely see it. You see it in the head, and you can see it in the color pattern.
Yep.
Right around there. Yeah, that helps out a lot with trying to figure out what's what.
Yep. So this is a vanilla, vanilla DG Hypo male from a separate clutch. He's available. Also, this one will be available too. All right.
Oh shoot! I picked the wrong one.
So this is when it starts to get crazy.
Okay.
So the pairing on this clutch was a pastel vanilla Hypo DG male to a pastel leopard double het DG Hypo.
Okay, so this what we're looking at here is a pastel, so it's a super pastel vanilla leopard.
No leopard.
Shoot, I tried. I almost had it, guys.
So I believe this to be super pastel vanilla Hypo DG.
And it's super pastel vanilla. Got a weird name to it. Scream or something.
Don't think so. I don't know. I do see Hypo and DG in this, but it's very difficult to see. And I think this is super pastel vanilla versus pastel super vanilla because they both could look very similar.
I like his head markings.
Yep. Not really sure. Or it could be a super pastel super vanilla Hypo
Could be.
DG. Very difficult to say for sure. So you may ask, how do we know that these aren't leopard?
How do we know that these aren't leopard?
Because this one has leopard.
And now I see what I was missing.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be pastel super vanilla Hypo DG.
Pastel super vanilla Hypo DG. Yeah, he's a keeper.
Yep. And the reason why I think this is super vanilla is simply based off the head. It's a little bit more white than this one is. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But this one's a girl. We're going to keep her back. Try to prove her genetics out over time. But both these are males. And they are available. The other male was very similar to this female. My buddy Matt Shiflett at American Made Exotics snatched him up straight out the egg. And he'll determine what genetics were on him.
Oh, absolutely. I just love the pattern.
Yep.
That leopard just makes everything funky.
Yeah. It's so crazy that I was watching Dave Kaufman's Wild Adventure that he done in Africa.
Oh, I watched that the other day too.
I hadn't finished watching it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you.
I started watching it, and it's so crazy if you watch that show, which I do recommend watching it. The difference in how they look in the wild versus something that we created, right here in this facility.
How far did you get into it?
I'm not really sure. 30 minutes maybe.
So you saw they had like a local breeder there.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And he was talking about you find pies here, you find albinos here. I was like, that's really cool. Yeah. And then
we do that is you can do the same thing here in nature too. I mean, we have albino deer and pied deer, things like that.
Sure. Pied catfish essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
pied turkey. I saw a pied turkey the other day. That's really cool. Yeah.
It happens.
I mean, I think it's very interesting. Well, it's kind of like somebody sent me a picture of a hognose, and all the hognoses we see are the hognose people breed. And this sucker was like that stinking long and fat, and what was it? Almost a typo. I was like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And they just found it in their yard, picked it up, moved it over to the other side of the yard, and went about their business.
Sure. But it's
nature.
Yeah.
You crazy.
Nature's crazy. I mean, what we are able to create from nature is mind blowing sometimes, and this is a good example of it. So, all right, we're gonna get out of here. See you next time.
Be out. Thanks for watching Hardwired Exotics, and make sure you subscribe.